Thanks for listening to Melody Roots Podcast Radio. My name is Livia. Here at Melody Roots, we're coming from the thought, the beginning, to the pursuit and the chase of a dream. Once a thought is spoken, sung, or sketched on paper, you can bring it to life. Here at Melody Roots, we want to do just that. Just by supporting your local artists and musicians, you are helping bring art and music to life. Welcome to Melody Roots Podcast Radio. I'm Livia, and today we're here to talk about Melody Roots' 5 steps on how to get started being a full-time artist. And on our first segment, we did talk about those 5 steps, and the very first one was being committed. If you're committed to these 5 steps, it's going to help you understand the process of actually being a full-time artist, and it's just going to educate you on what you need to do, where you need to go. It's just going to be a lot better plan for you if you're committed. Commit to your goals, which is number 2. If you have goals, you have a vision of the artist that you already want to be. Most artists do. And when you achieve those goals, you make new goals. And so that just kind of gives you a little bit of a roadmap. You can kind of see where you want to go. You find out what works for you, what doesn't work for you. And that kind of leads you through educating yourself. Number 3, educating yourself, use the internet, go to school, whatever you have the opportunity to do is best. And there are many tools, which is number 4, to do that. So educate yourself with the internet, with books, with people. And for number 4, tools, most of us would like to record in a studio. Not all of us can record in a studio, but you know someone that does and that can. So maybe you need that kind of a connection, or maybe there are just other tools around that you had no idea that you could record yourself on and be a creative with. So that falls into number 5, a budget. Maybe the studio isn't within your budget. Maybe something else is. So it's important to have a budget, which helps you kind of plan, and they all kind of go together. So that's why I think that these 5 steps are very important, especially when you're getting started. So hopefully that kind of gives you some insight. We're going to give you some goals that you should have, that you should achieve as base goals when you're getting started as well. And they'll go with you as an expert musician if you make it there. Maybe after these 5 steps, you're going to realize, oh, maybe this isn't for me. I hope that's not the case, but maybe you are going to be like, okay, I got this, and these 5 steps helped me get there, hopefully. And so we're going to give you some goals to move forward with, and we're going to also give you some more tools that will help you get started. So make sure you grab your PC, your Mac, or your smartphone, and we will be right back.
Live your life.
Welcome back, everyone, to Melody Roots Podcast Radio. I'm Livia, and we're back. We've already recapped all the 5 steps that we talked about in our first segment. We are on our second segment now, and we're going to go a little bit more into depth with goals. Now, when building your goals, you want to build a vision of the best you that you can be, your best artist. And you want to start by setting a small goal with a step towards your vision. And I'm going to use some YouTube channels that will better help me explain what I'm talking about. I have some channels that have vocal coaches and guitar lessons, and this is all going to build up to a fan base and an email list, a goal for an email list, and how to build that email list. So let's start. Is there an artist you would love to be and be in their shoes? take that as your focal point and start taking small steps towards your goal and vision. And practice and better yourself. You're going to appeal to a wider range of people. You will have fans that just enjoy music, and then you'll have fans that are also musicians themselves. So always practice and always be better. And if you're a vocalist and you want to get better, you should check out Eric Arsenichow's channel on youtube.com or his webpage, which is approach.com, which is approach.com. He is a vocal coach, and I believe he is a vocal coach for The Voiced. So he's a pro, he's got a lot of experience, and checking out a lot of his videos, he knows what he's talking about. So that's just something that you can look into for free. And then also, let's say that you're a vocalist and you need to learn an instrument, let's say guitar. I have a YouTube channel here. It's called Guitar Lessons, and I'll also put a link down to both of these down below so you can link on them and see which ones to look at. And I checked out this person's YouTube channel, and he gives advice on what kind of a guitar to buy, and one if you have a certain price range, and one that he recommends. Now, his recommendation doesn't have to be your choice, but if you kind of have nothing to go by, I did agree with some of his videos. I checked out some of his strumming patterns for his guitar lessons, and I thought he was very consistent. So those are some YouTube channels that you might want to check out. Now that you kind of got your practicing and you feel like you are ready to get in front of people, you want to try and set some gigs. And I would start with open mics, because practicing by yourself is totally different than practicing in front of people. And so your nerves can get to you. The dynamic is way different. So you do want to maybe start with some open mics, and you will actually be surprised at how you can build your fan base there. If you're practicing and you feel like you did your best, you are your best artist, you're probably going to build fans, right? So starting there, then you can start building your email list, which is really important. You probably want to build a social media site of some kind as well, just so people have something that they can look and see where your shows are, or listen to your music, or buy your music. So if you have a website or a social media site, you start something like that. But I think the most important thing is to build an email list, because if any of those social media sites for some reason fail, you'll always have that email list to go back on, because we've only gone through 4 or 5 steps here. We're still working on our goals, and we're building our email list. Now, this is a lot of work, so you don't want to lose your fan base. You always want to keep in contact with them. And so I have a few websites that will show you how to do that, and I'll link those below as well. I think I've got one by Vanessa Lau. She gave me a good idea about giving freebies away for your email. So if you can think of something that's free that your fans would like in exchange for their email to build your email list, that is the best way to do it. And she gave me that idea. And then also Think Media, he had some good ideas. Adam Ivy, he actually has a studio and does like one-on-ones with lessons and that. And so you could check out his channel. He knows a little bit about music, so you can learn from him. And Sunny Leonard, The Sunny Show. Like I said, I'll link all of these down below so that you can check out all of these. But I think she had some good ideas on how to like build a fan base, basically. So, and build it with YouTube and Instagram. So those are some YouTube channels that you can check out. And next, after this break, we're going to check out some tools that you might need to get started. So stay tuned. Welcome, Rooters. Do you have those goals set yet? Don't worry, I know you'll get there. Well, anyways, next we're going to be talking about tools and budget. Tools and budget kind of go together. So where do you start? You might need a microphone, a computer, some software, and some recording equipment and cables. Well, what do you do if you don't have them? You could team up with someone else. Maybe you know someone that has a studio that you could use. Or you could get your own mini studio. Yep, your own mini studio. Anyway, your phone. Your iPhone. Yep, an iPhone 6 or newer. Now, most of these phones come with an app that you can record with called GarageBand, and they're a really good app, actually. Most people have heard of it, but if you haven't, it's called GarageBand. And when you're thinking about recording on a phone, there's just 3 things that you want to consider. How fast is your phone? How much storage do you have? And the screen size. So those are the 5 steps that could help you get started being a full-time artist today. What did you guys think? Leave a comment below. Make sure you subscribe to Melody Roots Podcast Radio and like this podcast. Also, check us out on Facebook and follow us there as well. Well, peace out for now. Thanks, you guys.
Live your life.